We thought about the house as a place where we wanted to function in our everyday life. We didn't want something out of the box. We wanted something that would really meet our personal needs.
When we started planning our house, we knew ultimately that we wanted to have it solar powered. But we did it in phases, partly for financial reasons. We had saved up a chunk of money to be able to buy our land and then build our house. We didn't really have enough at that point to do the solar system as well.
We wanted this house to look like a regular traditional house. Salt boxes are very attractive, and we were able to fit the floor plan that we wanted into a salt box.
So we wanted our house to reflect our values, and our values very much are tied to living lightly on the planet and leaving it a better place than we found it if we can, and really helping to express to other people how the choices that we make every day make a difference.
When we were thinking about the house, we could design how we wanted it to function, but we needed somebody else to help us with the information about energy. So we brought in an energy consultant who could help us with the design to keep it cool in the summertime and to keep it warm in the wintertime, to keep the drafts out and to use less energy, and in essence to be net zero over time.
When Beth and Ruth came to me, they stated that they were interested in making the house net zero energy at some point. We discussed the fact that they would have to make the house much more energy efficient than a typical house. So we came to a target of probably 70 to 80% energy reduction over a typical home, and that allows you to power the house with a renewable energy system. It's possible to build a net zero energy home for the same cost as other buildings. What you're doing is you're putting more money on the building envelope typically, but you're then able to spend less money on the heating system.
So a net zero ready home is a home where you can design ahead of time to ensure that you have a very low energy demand of the home. And that includes a thermal envelope, the heating and ventilation, the appliances, the lighting, and it allows you to install renewable energy such as solar photovoltaics and solar thermal to offset the home's energy demands. It's important, not only does it provide a healthy, clean home for the homeowner, but also for the planet, because it will reduce our CO2 emissions and combat climate change.
The energy efficiency definitely makes it green because we worked really hard to insulate it well so that it was a solid envelope, and we lost as little energy through holes and windows and things. So our windows are a low E, double pane window. The walls are insulated with blown-in cellulose and also rigid foam on the outside.
Because this home is very airtight, we knew that we needed to bring fresh air back into the house. In this particular case, we did that with a heat recovery ventilator, which extracts stale air out and brings fresh air back in.
Our house is so comfortable at all different seasons. Now people come and they love our home, and not just visitors, but we love being here as well. Really any time of year. It's cool in the summer, it's warm in the winter. Our wood stove is a soapstone stove actually, so it has a very gentle heat, and it's our primary heat source. We don't have a furnace, we don't have a boiler. My mom, I remember, asked me when we were in the building process, she said, "How are you going to build a house without a furnace?" The idea that we can create our own fuel and use the fuel that is domestically raised right here on our own property is very satisfying for us. And, you know, it makes a difference in terms of climate change. Again, we're living our values.
We're so happy with the design of this house because it's based on how we expected to live on this property.
What we have behind us is a 3.8 kilowatt photovoltaic array that's producing between 4,500 to 4,600 kilowatt hours annually. And we also have a 2 flat plate solar thermal collector that feeds an 80-gallon hot water tank that provides both domestic hot water and backup space heating, since we have such a tight thermal envelope. When I walked into Beth and Ruth's home, they were able to provide me with 2 years of their energy load, and I was easily able to calculate exactly what they needed in terms of solar to provide 100% of their power.
That's how we built our house. You know, we have our overhangs to keep the sun out in the summer, but it comes in and warms us in the winter. It's such a cool thing to feel that connected to the earth.
When you design a home that has very low energy demands, not only are you saving from day one on those costs, it allows you to design and install a much smaller renewable energy system.
Hitting net zero and actually net negative, where we're making more energy than we're using, has been so exciting. And, we've both posted on our Facebook pages and told all of our friends that we don't have an electric bill anymore.
In the past, the biggest hurdle to renewables has been the upfront capital cost. But today, through financing, we're able to purchase and finance the system cheaper than what it would cost us to pay our utility bills on a monthly basis.
By having a house that is net zero, it means that we don't rely on fossil fuel to provide our energy needs. And those fossil fuels are coming from far away, whether the Middle East or even from domestic sources. They're not from our town, they're not from our state, and they are contributing to climate change in a big way.
We all need to learn how this works, and for us, we learned from a lot of different people, and we make ourselves available to folks who are thinking about doing solar energy or efficient housing, so that we can sort of pay back what has been given to us. Education is the way that we can have a bigger impact than what we did personally. We can help other people do the same sorts of things or better things than even we did.